On the shuttle, Saru reports that they are unable to lock on with the transporters and will lose them in the rift in 34 seconds. Pike asks Stamets if he can calculate transporter coordinates remotely, to which Stamets replies with a slightly confused probably.
He does have a Montgomery Scott air to him sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that. He's a little less confident than Scotty, I think.
That's fair.
Yeah. Scotty be like, oh, it'd be like, it's going to be like riding a horse through a hurricane. But yeah, give me 3 hours, I can do it.
Well, yeah, then Kirk's like, no, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Got it.
15 to spare. Tyler continues to bash at the tentacle in an attempt to disable it. Pike then initiates the shuttle self-destruct while Stamets sends the coordinates to Owo. The three of them beam away just as the shuttle explodes, taking the probe with it. Saru asks if Pike, Tyler, and Stamets are aboard. After a moment, he's told that they are. Burnham storms into the NCEIA 93 sickbay and stuns the doctors with her phaser, returns Spock to consciousness, and escorts him to the shuttle bay. Giorgio fires haphazardly, or I don't know, haphazardly is not right. Giorgio fires her phaser with her eyes shut, basically. Kind of grazes Burnham in the shoulder, just to make it look good.
Yeah, I like that real quick pause they both do, like,
hey.
And then Burnham keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, you just hit me.
This is my good jacket. Returning to Discovery's bridge, Pike expresses gratitude for the rescue, to which Tilly warns perhaps he shouldn't thank them just yet. The shuttle explosion has released a time tsunami. That'd be a good punk band name. Pike orders maximum warp to get clear of the shockwave. At the same time, Tyler concedes that Pike was the most qualified pilot on duty. Pike then asks Saru about the analysis of what the probe was looking for, to which Saru replied they were still trying to discern that. The modified probe was from the future, Pike reasons, and so was the Red Angel. And that's when Saru asks if he believes the Red Angel shared the probe's hostility. And Pike brings up that Tyler kind of broached that same subject. Whether it was trying to start something or end something, Tyler adds, one thing is certain, they're in a fight for the future. Back on the NCIA 93's bridge, Leland confronts Giorgio about letting Burnham escape and asks to know where she is taking Spock. But she gives a nonchalant, sarcastic answer. Leland warns her not to overestimate her value. Burnham has landed the shuttle on an asteroid, waiting until the ships are outside of sensor range. As the computer works, Burnham kneels next to Spock, quoting from Alice in Wonderland, either the well was very deep or she fell very slowly. For she had plenty of time as she went down to wonder what was going to happen next. Either my notes cut off or that was the end of the episode.
Yeah, but so the numbers that he was speaking earlier, she realizes he was saying them backwards and put the right way, 749, Mark 148, is the coordinates to the planet Talos 4.
Oh, I was super shocked when all this came out, that I didn't figure Spock would ever be in the show, and Spock was in the show. I didn't figure they'd go to Talos 4. Well, that same episode, they announced that they're going to Talos 4. So when I originally saw this, I was just like, no way. And yeah, way. It totally happened.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked for the next episode because the first time I watched it, I had not watched the Menagerie and stuff for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I started watching it before we even started this, and I think I was already done with all the Discovery up to that point by the time we started. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to go back and watch this next episode with the Menagerie in mind, and then pretty much all of Strange New World so far to see how the episode fits in with all that stuff. So
yeah, how it all plays out.
That's the only real big positive thing I can say about this episode. It sets us up for that. But again, I feel like all the really important story elements in this episode could have been like 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, because so much this episode was just going back and forth, just jumping between locations,
Yeah, Discovery, especially as we move on further down the episode list, seems to do that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not that Strange New Worlds doesn't do it, but I don't know. I feel like Discovery, especially this season, does it a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, and, again, I think that's just part of what Discovery was trying to be, was this big, epic, galactic scale, like millions, not millions, but dozens of characters doing things all simultaneously.
Yeah.
I think that was just the conceit of the show, really.
Yeah, I mean, my thing about Discovery is like, you can't keep that, you can't sustain that way of doing the show. You have to scale back eventually.
Well, yeah, you gotta take a breath. You gotta give people time to breathe sometimes. And
except so far they haven't.
No, they really haven't. I mean, they just kind of keep pressing on, which is kind of exciting, but multiple seasons of it is tiring.
Yeah.
That's why Strange New Worlds is such like a nice little, hey, look, they've all lost their memories and think they're in a fantasy play now.
Well, that was that season's down episode.